Hello, children, and good morning to you once again. Very warm, rosy good morning in this winter season. So, welcome back once again to Easy English Explanation by Pooja Joshi. So, here we will start with the last part, that is the fourth part of chapter number 6, Weathering the Storm in Ersama, Standard 9th, Moments, book, supplementary reader. This is the sixth chapter. I'll repeat again, Weathering the Storm in Ersama, part 4. So in previous three parts, I've already posted the videos. You can also revise from that videos. So without wasting much time, I'll start the fourth and last part. In the previous three parts, we had already seen that a 19-year-old boy, Prashant, he went to spend time one day with his friend and his family, but there came the super cyclone which gave total destruction and disaster. And after waiting 2 days, restlessly, he got all wet and he was very much worried about his family back at his village, Kalikuda. And now he returns 18 kilometers back to his village to find out about whereabouts his family, that whether his family had survived the catastrophe or not. And he reaches his village to find out that his family was there, his extended family was alive, and they were all there. He was able to find them all, and now it was the time to get back to normal life again and to help the villagers out of this disaster and destruction. So can you see the picture here? The children lying down with empty vessels, empty plates on their stomach. So let me read it out first as usual, and word to word, line to line, meanings will be given to you. यहाँ पे आपने देखा कि एक लड़का प्रशांत नाम का जो 19 साल का है वो अपने दोस्त के घर रहने जाता है। एरसामा एक ओडिशा में जगह है वहाँ पे, और वहाँ जो ये साइक्लोन आ जाता है, जो आंधी तूफान के साथ बारिश आ जाती है, तो उसकी वजह से फ्लड्स जैसी सिचुएशन आ जाती है। और जैसे कि समुद्र के पास है तो सुनामी हो जाती है, तो उसकी वजह से ये लड़का जो है उसको अपने फ्रेंड्स और उसकी फैमिली के साथ उनके घर में रहना पड़ता है 2 दिन तक। और उसके बाद जैसे कि ये घर के वॉल वगैरह भी कोलैप्स, गिरने जैसी हालत है, तो ये लोग टेरेस पे, छत पे शरण लेते हैं, जहाँ पे 2 नारियल के पेड़ गिरे हुए हैं। पर ये 2 नारियल के पेड़ की वजह से ये लोग 2 दिन तक नारियल का पानी पी के, नारियल खा के अपने आप को ज़िंदा रखते हैं, अपने आप को बचा के रखते हैं। और 2 दिन बाद जैसे ही पानी थोड़ा नीचे की ओर जाता है, जैसे थोड़ा वातावरण शांत होने लगता है, तो उससे रहा नहीं जाता और वो सोचता है कि कैसे मैं जल्दी से जल्दी अपने विलेज की तरफ, अपने गांव की तरफ जाऊं और अपने मैं संबंधी, अपने सगे, अपने रिलेटिव्स के बारे में ढूंढूं, मतलब उनको मिलूं कि वो ज़िंदा है भी या नहीं। तो इसलिए वह अपने चाचा चाची, दादा दादी, मामा मामी को ढूंढने के लिए, अपने सगे, अपने संबंधी, अपने रिश्तेदारों को ढूंढने के लिए वो पानी में जर्नी करता है, सिर्फ एक लकड़ी के सहारे से पानी में 18 किलोमीटर की साहसपूर्ण यात्रा करता है। उसके बाद क्या होता है आइए हम देखते हैं। वहाँ उसे अपने रिश्तेदार सब मिल जाते हैं, और अब वो कैसे अपने गांव की हालत सुधारेगा, कैसे वो पुनः स्थापित होंगे, अब कैसे क्या करेगा, आइए अब देखते हैं लास्ट पार्ट में। On the 5th day, a military helicopter flew over the shelter and dropped some food parcels. It then did not return. The youth task force gathered empty utensils from the shelter. Then they deputed the children to lie in the sand left by the waters around the shelter with these utensils on their stomachs to communicate to the passing helicopters that they were hungry. The message got through, and after that the helicopter made regular rounds of the shelter. So here what happens? On the fifth day after this tsunami or super cyclone, a military helicopter, it was flying over the shelters and it dropped some food parcels. But after that, it did not return. So how to communicate that message that yes, we need here shelter, we are hungry. So then the youth person from that, they gathered the empty utensils and then they asked the children to lie down in the sand by putting the utensils on their stomach. So it communicates empty utensils on stomach is the communication that means to show that one is hungry. So the message passed on and now the helicopters flew regularly and giving them basic needs and food parcels. Now, the next paragraph. Prashant found a large number of children had been orphaned. He brought them together and put up a polythene sheet shelter for them. Women were mobilized to look after them while the men secured food and materials for the shelter. Prashant found that a large number of children had been orphaned. They were without their parents, anath. So he decided to bring them together and put up a polythene sheet. Okay, shelter with plastic means house. He made a plastic house for them from the plastic sheet, and women were asked that you should take rounds, you should move here and there to look after them, and men did the job of getting the food and other materials for the shelter. As the weeks passed, Prashant was quick to recognize that the women and children were sinking deeper and deeper in their grief. He persuaded the women to start working. He persuaded the women to start working in the food for work program started by an NGO, and for the children he organized sports events. He himself loved to play cricket and so he organized cricket matches for children. Prashant engaged with other volunteers in helping the widows and children to pick up the broken pieces of their lives. So here what happens here is when the weeks passed, now he had to recognize quickly that some women were there without husbands, without family. There were children who were without their parents or anybody to look after them. They were feeling loveless, homeless. They had the feeling they were sinking deep and deep. They were sinking down in their grief. Their grief was getting wider and wider. वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चिंता में डूबे जा रहे थे, सिंक हो रहे थे, अपने आप को काम और हैप्पी नहीं फील कर रहे थे. तो प्रशांत ही persuaded the women to start working for food, that you have to work in the food for work program so that all can feel that they can give their active share to this disaster and all should try to help themselves by doing some work and helping others. He himself, Prashant, he loved to play cricket. So he organized cricket matches for children. He was a fan or good cricket player and he also organized cricket matches for children so that they also can play and try to forget their sadness and grief. Then Prashant, he engaged other volunteers to help the widows and children so that they can forget whatever they have lost and they can start seeing up and go back to their normal life once again. They should have the feeling of life in them. So Prashant and his friends help these type of people to gather the broken pieces of their lives. जो उनकी लाइफ के जो टुकड़े हो गए हैं, इधर उधर बिखर गए हैं जो उनकी लाइफ, वो सब समेट पाएँ और फिर से एक नई सुबह की शुरुआत करें, फिर से एक नई दिशा की ओर जाएं, एक नई जिंदगी जिएं. The initial government plan was to set up institutions for orphan and widows. However, this step was successfully resisted as it was felt that in such institution children would grow up without love. So what happened? Government had planned that there should be institutions for orphans and widows. जैसे कि अनाथ आश्रम और विधवा आश्रम होते हैं, वैसे आश्रम्स बनाने चाहिए, इंस्टीट्यूशंस बनाने चाहिए, कोई संस्थाएं ऐसी बनानी चाहिए. पर ये प्लान के लिए इनके विलेज के पीपल तैयार नहीं हुए. दे वर नॉट रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट दिस टाइप ऑफ प्लान बिकॉज इन दिस टाइप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशंस एक्चुअली they are missing their family feeling. It is a systematic, it is a well planned institution, but the family factor is missing over there. So there the children would grow up without actual love and care given by the parents. So and widows would suffer from stigma and loneliness. Prashant's group believed orphans should be resettled in their own community itself, possibly in new foster families made up of childless widows and children without adult care. So Prashant's group, they had a belief that there are orphans, means children, those who don't have parents. At the same time, there are widows who don't have their husbands. So both are without family. They both should be कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग ईच अदर. एक तरफ विधवा औरतें हैं, एक तरफ अनाथ बच्चे हैं. अनाथ बच्चों के पास भी फैमिली नहीं है, विधवा औरतों के पास अपने हस्बैंड्स नहीं है, वो भी अपनी फैमिली को मिस करती हैं. अनाथ बच्चे भी अपनी फैमिली मिस करते हैं. तो क्यों ना इन दोनों को इकट्ठा कर दिया जाए जिससे कि एक फैमिली बन सके उन विधवा औरतों और अनाथ बच्चों में से. So possibly in new foster families which are made up of childless widows and children without adult care. जिन बच्चों के पास कोई बड़ा नहीं है देख रेख करने के लिए, उन्हें प्यार, उनकी देखभाल करने के लिए, और जिन औरतों के पास कोई सहारा सपोर्ट नहीं है, तो वे दोनों एक दूसरे का सहारा बने. Let us see the meaning of stigma here and foster. Stigma means some kalank or dhabba. I will show you also the meaning. And foster means the children who are taken care by somebody but they are not adopted by the legal procedure. Okay, so let me show you the meaning of stigma and foster. Stigma means a strong feeling of disapproval that most people in a society have about something, as if for example there is no longer any stigma to being divorced. जैसे कि कोई तलाकशुदा होता है तो लोग उन्हें ज़रा नीची नज़र से देखते हैं, या कि चलो इनका तलाक हो गया है, उन पे एक तरह का कलंक या धब्बा लग जाता है, तो उसे स्टिग्मा कहते हैं. बीइंग एन अनमैरिड मदर नो लॉन्गर कैरीज द सोशल स्टिग्मा दैट इट यूज्ड टू. एंड मीनिंग ऑफ फॉस्टर: to take a child who needs a home into your family and to care for him her without becoming the legal parent. किसी बच्चे को किसी को भी अपना कर अपने परिवार में पालन पोषण करना, लाना, पर गोद लेने की कानूनी प्रक्रिया या कार्यवाही ना करना. Now it's time for the last paragraph but not the least. It is 6 months after the devastation of the super cyclone. This time, Prashant's wounded spirit has healed simply because he had no time to bother about his own plan. His handsome, youthful face is what the widows and orphan children of his village seek out most in their darkest hour of grief. Harsh Mandel. So, in the last paragraph, it's written that after this catastrophe or destruction, devastation, 6 months have been passed and Prashant's wounded spirit has healed. His wounds have already healed. Why? Because he has managed so well to heal other people's wound. He is totally lost in thinking about others, to make others happy and give them comfort and peace of mind. He managed his village to resettle very well within very, very short time. And now he had no time to bother about his own pain. So his handsome and youthful, shining, ever smiling face is what is seek by the widows and orphan. So it means to tell here that widows and orphan were very well get back to their life with the help of Prashant. So he will be always loved by all the people of his village, especially the widows and orphan. So with that we end the last but not the least session of chapter number 6, standard 9, moments supplementary, the book Weathering the Storm in Ersama. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.